am so proud to introduce this next storyteller because he was one of my students in one of my 101 classes, and I really want to say that everything you're going to hear is what I taught him and because of me, but the truth is you just can't teach talent like this. So please welcome PJ Andrews.
Good? Yep. So it's hard to be black when you're ethnically ambiguous. But what's not hard is to hear the questions, what are you? Or where are you from? A lot. Now for me, the answer is kind of complicated. It goes a little something like this. So my dad's from Cape Verde, that's a country in Africa, but he grew up in Cape Cod, that's in Massachusetts. My mom is Jewish, she's from New Jersey. She didn't like being a Jew from New Jersey, so she moved to Boston, met my dad and me and my sister. We're all Baha'is, and it's a little confusing because I just said I was Jewish. Culturally, I'm Jewish. Religiously, we're Baha'is. It's a faith about unity. You should look it up sometime. But I am black. Now, growing up, I didn't always love being black because all my friends were white, and I didn't like being different. So let me give you an example. In 7th grade, I wasn't invited to Amy McCarthy's birthday party. So what do you do when you're in middle school and you're not invited to a birthday party, but all your friends are? You cry in the bathroom, which is where my dad found me. PJ, why you crying? I'm not crying. PJ, why you crying? I wasn't invited to a birthday party. Whose birthday party? Amy McCarthy's. Who's that? You don't care. You're right, I don't. But who was invited? I told him. Huh, there's no black kids on that list. Jen, get the school directory. We'll call in this Amy McCarthy's parents getting PJ invited to this racist birthday party. Now, first of all, I didn't know that being black was a reason that you could not be invited to something. This was hard to hear as a young kid. At the same time, I had to stop my dad right there because I wasn't about to be the first kid invited to a birthday party via affirmative action. But the lesson was clear. Race matters, and being black can have real negative implications in your life. Now, at the same time, I really wanted to be black because my dad loves being black. He loves his black friends, and I always knew when they would call. Hello, this is Kevin Andrews. Nassif, man, I looked at a piece of dog shit today and thought of you. What you calling me for? And he loves black culture, so Saturday morning cleanups, long car rides, we're listening to Quincy Jones, the Vandross, Anita Baker, and I think we owned every single book with the word black in the title. And he loves seeing black people succeed, so he opened a charter school in Dorchester, which is an inner city neighborhood in Boston, with the express purpose of bringing a quality education to the kids of that neighborhood who wouldn't necessarily otherwise have access to one. And the slogan of the school is, succeed anywhere. So growing up, thank you. So growing up, I really wanted to be black, but I didn't know how to be because, like I said, all my friends were white. When I got to high school, there were a lot more black kids around, but they were all bussed in from Boston, and they didn't really intermingle with my white friends, so I had this sort of awkward tension where, on the one hand, I didn't want to alienate my white friends by reaching out to the black crowd, but on the other hand, I felt like I didn't know how to reach out to the black crowd because I didn't know how to be black. In hindsight, I probably could have just tried, hi, my name is PJ, but that's another story. Now, when I got to college, I came to a new realization, that I was Indian. I found this out because I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, yeah, so I was talking to this girl, and she was like, hey, that PJ guy, is he Indian? That's funny. Why would she ask that? Dude, everyone thinks you're Indian. Turns out I look really Indian. Now, growing up, everybody knew my dad, so they knew that I was black. In college, people didn't have this information, so I was just some Indian kid walking around campus. So as I'm dealing with my newly found Indian identity, I am embracing my blackness for the first time. So what does it look like when you embrace your blackness in college? You enroll in all the race studies courses, you move it to the Africana Center, and you start doing spoken word poetry. I did all three of those things. And I went to Africa. What? I did my study abroad in Ghana, and when I got there, I found out that not only was I not black, I wasn't even Indian. I was white. Now, my childhood self would have been so happy, but my college self was trying really hard to be black, so this wasn't welcome news. I found this out because I'm walking across the quad one day and I hear somebody call out, "Hey, white man." I look around for the white man and realize he's looking right at me. He says it again like I'm an idiot. "Hey, white man. Come here, I have some toilet paper and peanuts for you." I get mad, I'm like, "Dude, look at my skin, I am black." Now, unfortunately, I chose to pick this battle with the guy that makes Wesley Snipes look pale. He comes up to me with a dumbfounded look on his face, puts his arm right next to mine just like this, points to his arm and says, "Black." Points to my arm and says, "White." And at this point, I'm just like, dude, fine, whatever, I give up, I'm white. Every year, my dad goes to something called the Black Men's Gathering. The Black Men's Gathering takes place in Maine, of all places. Over the course of a week in July, and every year. And it's a space where men of African descent can learn how to be spiritual beings in a world that's not so kind to black men. Now, my dad had wanted me to go to the Black Men's Gathering for many years, but it wasn't him that convinced me. It was his very, very good friend, Patrick. Now, Patrick is black. He's from Detroit, and he's seen it all. And just to give you a sense of what I mean by seen it all, one time my dad said, "PJ, ask Patrick if he's ever been shot." So I did, of course, and he told me about the time that he was stood up at an ATM. This fool gonna come up to me talking about, "Give me your money." I said, "Motherfucker, you gonna have to shoot me to get my money." And the motherfucker shot me. And he took my money. Now you know. The first time I met Patrick, he took me out to lunch, and I was expressing to him my hesitations about going to the Black Men's Gathering. "You know, Patrick, I just don't feel black enough. I don't feel spiritual, and I just look at my dad and Uncle Gene and Uncle Billy, and I just can't live up to all that." "Boy, fuck your father, fuck Gene, and motherfucker fuck Billy too." So apparently that's exactly what I needed to hear, because I went to the Black Men's Gathering. And when I was literally and figuratively embraced by a sea of black men whose confidence, whose tranquility, and whose assurance shone like the sun. Some were black like Patrick, some were black like me, some weren't like either of us, but that didn't matter. What mattered is that we loved each other, and we supported each other to become the best human beings that we could be, whoever that was. I remember one afternoon sitting in a breakout session and looking around at this sea of radiant black faces, these powerful souls, all different, all unique, but all united. And I recalled Patrick's eloquent words and realized that I had finally broken free from the need to learn how to be black. And for the first time in my life, I just was. Thank you.